Hello everyone, welcome to my video about parent Orisha, head Orisha, guardian Orisha. You may have heard it described in different terms, so I'm just going to talk about what that looks like from an Isese perspective, a Nigerian Isese perspective, as opposed to like a Lukumi or Candomblé perspective. So many people, when they find out about the Orishas, they're drawn in by the appeal, the magic, the beauty. They're like, oh, I want to be a child of Oshun. I want to be a child of Shango. But it doesn't work like that. You don't choose your Orisha. The Orisha choose you. And they decide whether they decide before you're born, or you do choose your Orisha before you're born, but you're not gonna, it doesn't work like, oh, I like this one, so this is my Orisha, or this is the one that's looking out for me. It doesn't necessarily work like that. So my advice to you would be, don't rush. Any Orisha that you see and you're fascinated by and you're drawn towards, I would advise you to just try and integrate the lessons that you can learn. So, for example, if you love Shango's strength and justice, you can apply that to your life. The Orisha are not zodiac signs, they're not personality types. They are energies, they're natural energies, universal energies that guide you in this journey called life. So, just don't rush and try and learn as much as you can learn from them. So I'm speaking about Ifa and Orisha from an Isheshe perspective. I got initiated into Ifa and Ishu in 2022. And it was such a good decision for me. It's been a long time coming. I've been interested in Ifa and Isheshe since like 2019, and I met with the different tutors, different priests, different uluos to guide me in this process. So that's what I mean by don't rush. It doesn't happen in a day. You need to take your time. But back on the topic of parent orishas, right? There's two central paradigms to having your orishas. There's the way that Ifa views it, and there's the way that the Olorisha views it. So in Ifa, which is the oracle, the most popular Orisha in Nigeria, they believe that when you are born with a unique code, an Odu, which is one out of 256 possible codes that there could be. So they believe that you're born with this unique code, and attached to this code are different energies or orishas. So you may have more than one orisha that's guiding over you, or that you may have your principal one. I have Obatala, Olokun, Shokwana looking over me, but my main principal orisha is Eshu, and I'll explain why there's multiple Orisha. So the Babalawos or Ifa priests would tell you that in order for you to find out your Udu and your energy surrounding you, you have to go through Ishefa or Itefa. That's a bit controversial as well, because some Babalawos will tell you that Ishefa is enough, but that's just a partial view of your destiny. If you want to find out your complete destiny with your Odu and your Orishas, you need to do Anitefa. So most Babalawos that you meet would tell you to do Anitefa first, in order for you to find out your Orishas and your Odu and your destiny. However, a different group of people called Olorishas, who don't venerate Ifa, they venerate other Orishas. They have their own unique divination system, which is less extensive than Ifa. So there's a bit of rivalry within the communities, where some Babalawos think that Ifa is the most supreme, where other Olorishas don't necessarily feel the same way. So in the Ifa perspective, so what I did was I got initiated into Ifa, and then I found out my Udu, and I found out that Ishu and other Orishas were following me. So after that, I went for my Ishu initiation, which was a 3-day process. So I went through the Ifa route of finding. I was aware that some Olorishas go straight to Orisha initiation without going to Ifa first, but I was advised to do the way I did it, and that's the way I might advise other people to do it. I'll give my full opinion at the end. So the Olorishas would go for something called Idosu, which means Orisha initiation, where they put the energy of the Orisha on your head. So when they go for this, they will use their Erin Dilogun, which is 16 cowrie shells, to divine and determine which Orishas are following you and are guiding you. So there's, controversy about which path is the right path, whether you should go through Ifa or whether you should go through Olorishas, but I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you a wide perspective of options. So the main differences between being an Olorisha and being a Babalawo is the corpus that they study. The Ifa corpus has 256 codes and is a lot more extensive and broad, no, a lot more extensive and specific and detailed than the Erin Dilogun, the 16 cowrie shells that the Olorishas use. So neither is more valid than the other. It's just about what your intentions are with the spirituality. And I wanted to address another thing, this thing about having multiple Orishas. So in Nigeria, you can initiate into multiple Orishas. It didn't always used to be this way. It used to be in the olden days that you could initiate into only one Orisha, but times have changed now. So you find people initiating into multiple Orishas for different things. However, this does not mean that you should look at the Orishas as a pick and mix candy store where you can get a little bit of this or a little bit of that. It doesn't work like that. The Orishas are not aesthetics. They are energies to guide us. So my own opinion about this whole thing of trying to find your Orisha as the right way of doing it, I believe is not as important as you might think it is, especially from an Ifa perspective. I would say that your destiny, your Oju, that you're born with, the code that you chose to incarnate as, I would argue that that's more important than knowing who your parent Orisha is. Yeah, so let me know if you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions, anything you would want to hear me talk about, any things that you need further clarity on. Thank you.